Happy holidays, and 'tis the season for ugly Christmas sweaters, Michael Bublé, and Christmas miracles, my friends. Whew, it's time to get festive. Let's go. Bang, 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 bang. And it's done, and it's perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beauty. All right, I'm feeling more festive already. Oh, it's my favorite time of the year again. And it's the perfect time to watch some good old-fashioned Christmas movies. Alright, you got your big boys, your Christmas classics. You got The Grinch, the original one. You got Home Alone 1 and 2, Lost in New York, legitimately some of my favorite movies ever. Elf. You got all these big boys, but the jury's still out on Frosty the Snowman. I mean, he's got the magic. He's got the snow. And it takes place during Christmas. Alright. But, the guy doesn't wear any pants, and he only hangs out around kids, and that's weird. We don't like that one. We don't talk about that one. But the reason we love these movies so much is because they try to capture the spirit of the holidays with such themes as kindness, family togetherness, giving, charity, and murder, death of the innocent, and horror. You know, just some real staples of the season. To the guy who thought that Christmas-themed horror movies were a good idea, good on ya, I guess. One holiday classic that seems to have people split right down the middle is the appropriately named A Christmas Story. Set in the 1940s and released in 1983, this movie can be quickly summarized by saying it's a Christmas story narrated by an adult Ralphie Parker, retelling the events of his Christmas at age 9. The main story is that all Ralphie wants for Christmas is a Red Ryder BB gun, but every adult in town, even Santa, tells him it's a bad idea, saying,
"You'll shoot your eye out, kid."
I think the reason that people love this movie is because Ralphie is kind of a charming character, and his struggles are sort of relatable. And the reason that people hate this movie is because it's filled with tons and tons of useless side stories that, even though the main protagonist and his family are directly involved with, do nothing to the story as a whole except happen within it. It's so weird. It feels like the movie is wasting your time with useless nonsense. It's funny. Every time I meet somebody who says they love this movie, right after that, I'll meet somebody who says they absolutely despise it. And I completely understand both sides. I personally sit very comfortably on the fence whenever I think about this movie. I think it's a really dumb movie. I mean, this is a terrible, terrible film. But I find some weird pleasure in watching it. For the express reason that it's super dumb. It's an enigma. But I'm not here to divide the Christmas fandom. Not this year. This year, I'll be unwrapping A Christmas Story's lesser-known and lesser-loved sequel, dubbed simply A Christmas Story 2. Escape to Africa. You have no proof this is not what the real cover looks like. None! Now, you may not even know that this movie exists. And that's not your fault. There's two main reasons for that. Number one is that this movie was a straight-to-DVD release. And, you know what that means. This is a bargain bin exclusive, baby! Which is where, only the finest of films are found, of course. And, reason number two is when this movie was released. I want you to guess when this movie was released. Not the month, the year. And remember, A Christmas Story, the original, came out in 1983. Alright, you got your guess? Well, this movie was released in 2012! What? That is 29 years after the first movie came out! Are you kidding me? What were they thinking? Home Alone came out in 1990. And Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, came out 2 years later. Okay, seems reasonable. But if these two films were 29 years apart, Home Alone 2 would not be coming out until next year, 2019! What? The genuine, authentic, 100% American Christmas is back. 29 years later. I haven't even started the movie, and I'm already angry. But it's time to get holly jolly and put this bad boy in the player. Alright, cut. Just like A Christmas Story 2 opens with an adult Ralphie Parker narrating and establishing the characters and where this new movie will take place. Ralphie is a teenager now, but is still very much in touch with his Christmas spirit. The other members of the Parker family are Randy, Ralphie's younger brother, who is about as old as Ralphie was in the first movie, and Ralphie's mother and father, Miss Parker and the old man. Ralphie is 16 years old now, which means he only cares about two things: getting his driver's license and owning a car of his own, and girls! And the movie's got this really smart way of showing us all this. Right in the first scene, really blew me away. Ralphie meets up with his buddies. They talk about a attractive woman in a movie removing 30% of her clothes, and then they stop to admire a car. I mean, that's just cinema at its finest. In the last movie, Ralphie wanted one thing for Christmas. So this movie really raises the game by having Ralphie want two things for Christmas: a car he finds in the garage of a used car lot, and a date with his dream girl name. Except that girl name is already going out with the school's star quarterback and is also incredibly irrelevant to the movie as a whole, so really Ralphie only wants the car for Christmas, and this movie hasn't raised the game at all. Luckily, Ralphie is no amateur at planting Christmas seeds in his parents' minds, so he sets out to convince his mother and father that getting another car is a good idea.
You know, I heard that 31% of American households had second cars.
And it looks like Ralphie is doing a pretty good job, until...
No, not now. Anytime but now.
Ah! It's a clicker!
Alright, run that by me one more time?
It's a clicker!
A clicker! Well, it's a good thing I got my bat with nails in it. The zombies from The Last of Us are in the laundry room. There's a Demogorgon in the kitchen. Alright, let's just go back to the movie. Ralphie takes his buddies to go see the car he has his eye on and is displeased when he sees that the car has been cleaned, moved out of the garage, and put onto the deal of the day centerpiece. Heartbroken, Ralphie decides he has to sit behind the wheel just once and say his goodbyes.
Got something here just came in. Ralph. Absolute mint condition.
Ah, finally some hijinks!
Sweet cheese.
Well, that's weird. How did your pants get caught on the what? Why did you need to take your pants off? You couldn't have just done a little bit of that, just unhooked them? You had to take them off, huh? What? So about 15 minutes in, and we finally get to learn something else about the story, other than just Christmas and two and Because the roof of the car was damaged during the accident, Hank demands Ralphie pay $85 for the damages he's caused. And if Ralphie can't scrape up the money before Christmas, the police will get involved.
Solution, my son. Dead kid walking.
Oh man, this is getting a little dark.
No, please, no!
Merry Christmas, everyone. So this movie and its predecessor are both filled with these Ralphie dream sequences, but they normally consist of him getting his dream Christmas present or kissing his dream girl. Not Not like this one where he literally faces the death penalty. This one kind of sticks out when you put him beside all the other ones. But Ralphie need not have any fear because his friends vow to help him raise the funds somehow, and Ralphie comes up with the idea that they should all get jobs at a local department store called Higbee's. Now I'm sure somebody out there is asking, but Jacob, what about the rest of the Parker family? What's happening to them? And I'd answer with a smile, who cares? See, a lot of flaws that are present within A Christmas Story are very much present in A Christmas Story 2. One of those flaws being that nothing in the movie feels like it really matters at all. Here's a list I made of things that happen in A Christmas Story 2. Now, of course, this isn't everything. I mean, it's an 85-minute long movie. But here's that list condensed into a list of things that directly affect the movie as a whole. Things that matter, if you would. Now, there's a key difference between these two lists. And of course, this is all just my very own opinion. And maybe I'm being too hard on this movie. I mean, it was practically flying off the shelves. Into the bargain bin. Point is, I paid $5 in hours of my time, so you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. And you shouldn't. So we rejoin the boys at their second day of work at Higbee's. After 1 day's worth of workplace hijinks, the three have been moved into the mailroom, where the work is so easy that nothing can go wrong. Something goes wrong. So because in the first movie, this kid gets his tongue stuck on a pole, in this movie, he's gonna get his tongue stuck in a tube. The only thing this movie does effectively is make me want to go back and watch the original. It's just because of the way it... Oh, that's disgusting! Put that away! Oh, do I have to censor that? That thing is disgusting! Yeah. Well, that was a disaster. Luckily, Ralphie and Schwartz are able to rescue their friend before the boss comes in.
We've lost the elves.
But our tubes.
Nuts to your tubes! Come on!
Well, if they become mall elves, that means... Oh, we get to meet Mall Santa!
And what do you want under the tree this Christmas morning? You know what Santa wants?
Oh, tell us what you want for Christmas, Santa. You work so hard. You deserve everything you...
A wife who doesn't hike up her skirt every time a salesman comes calling. And neither of us are getting what we want. Go on, get out of here. Next!
Whoa! So, Ralphie and the boys are elfing for the human equivalent of a trash bag inside of another trash bag wearing a Santa hat, until a child comes who's having a little bit of trouble telling Santa what he wants for Christmas.
Welcome to the Wax Museum. Come on, spill it.
It's okay, buddy. Still saying what you want.
The kid's gonna ask for a Red Ryder BB gun, and then Santa's gonna say, you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Could you bring me a tire?
A tire?
Tire? Oh no. Oh, he's poor. For a movie trying so hard to capture the essence of the original Christmas Story, it's weird that the writers missed such a golden opportunity to recreate such an iconic moment from the first film. This movie is so inconsistent with the choices it makes, and the way it all comes together, it just feels like a big sloppy mess of ideas that don't fit. Who thought this movie would be a good idea? Who was the target audience? What were the directors and writers thinking? Did anybody on set actually think they were making a good movie? I don't think I'm capable of answering any of these questions. But I can say one nice thing about this movie. I can. It's almost over. After one more day of hard work at Higbee's, Ralphie has earned $85 to pay off his debt to Hank. Lamp! The lamp! Sorry. I got a little distracted there. Ralphie is feeling great as he walks towards the dealership, money in hand. But when he spots the boy who wants a tire for Christmas, Ralphie makes an impulse decision and decides to buy the boy and his family Chinese food for Christmas dinner. I am a critic, but heartwarming Christmas kindness and a slightly witty nod to the first movie, that is worth a festive thumbs up. Ralphie goes to Hank's, low on funds, but in the spirit of the season, Hank forgives Ralphie's debt. So, Ralphie didn't even need the money. Well, looks like the things that matter list just got a little bit shorter. It's a Christmas miracle! Next up is the movie's finale and, I mean, whatever. Show's over, folks. This movie's done. I think it all really went downhill after we saw... What's going on? What did the old man get for Christmas?
Isn't it beautiful?
The lamp! Let's go! Oh yeah, we got the lamp, ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Best movie ever. Movie of the year. Movie of the decade. Movie of the century. Oh yeah, and also Ralphie gets his dream car for Christmas and a kiss from his lady girl, but who cares? We got the lamp! Oh, that's all that matters. Let's go! Credits roll! Yes! Well, the credits have rolled and it's time to wrap this thing up. I think this movie is a terrible, god-awful, waste of time disaster movie. If you're looking for a Christmas movie, there are much better options out there. But A Christmas Story 2 does hold true to the values that I stated at the very beginning of the video. Values like kindness, charity, family togetherness, and violence and murder. Staples of the season. Thank you all so much for watching. One thing I want to clear up before I do the outro is what it says on my sweater. It says Merry Crustmas. That's why there's a picture of a pizza. I know that would bug me if I were a viewer. But now, thank you all so much for watching. These videos are an absolute blast to make. I had so much fun making this one, and I feel like I got to do some really interesting stuff with the editing, so it was really enjoyable for me. I felt like it was a little more challenging, and that was really nice. Since Christmas is coming up, by the way, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody watching. Thank you for spending some holiday time with me. But right after Christmas is the new year. And the new year means new and exciting things for this channel, so I am planning to do a lot of new movie reviews, of course, but also branch out into some different stuff, like maybe some voice acting stuff, maybe some Let's Plays, so stick around in 2019 if you want to see some of that. And I love doing new and exciting things, so if there's anything you'd like to see me do next year, make sure to drop a comment below. I absolutely love reading the comments. That is my favorite part of these videos. But, yeah, with that being said, please be kind and rewind. Alright, we're done. Get all the Christmas stuff. Done. We're done with the Christmas